smashed it. £6,500 in less than 15 hours, less than my goal of getting it to 100% in 24 hours. I am stunned. I've had a full night of sleep and I've woken up and I'm still speechless. I just don't have the words to express how shocked, how grateful, how excited I am. And here's the thing. We've got to capitalize on this momentum, okay? Because right now, Kickstarter will be showing the project on their, most popular, newest feed. And so we have an opportunity to reach a stretch goal. Okay, it feels so weird talking about stretch goals when we've just hit this amazing goal and I'm so happy, but we got to do it. And I've got some amazing ideas. So just a reminder, first up, this project to re-record Lion Beast is actually going to cost £13,000, not 6.5. The reason I've asked for 6.5 is because I am, of course, going to invest in this project myself. However, there is still a lot of costs coming in. So here's the first idea. I want to set a stretch goal of £10,000. If we hit £10,000, I want to hit a stretch goal of £15,000. And I am going to give you things each time we hit those goals, if we hit those goals. So I've already been thinking about this. I was thinking about this last month before I even launched the project. What if we hit our target? What are we going to do? So the first thing to say is that some of the money that we make from now on is obviously going to go back into the project. It's going to fund the musicians, it's going to fund the studios, it's going to fund the orchestrator, the producer, and anyone else who plays on the album. I would love to do an acoustic version of this album, a completely new version. So if you know anything about my past, you know that I love to do acoustic music because as a vocalist and someone who specializes in vocal stylings, that's where I think people can really experiment with and be vulnerable with their voice. It challenges vocalists to really think about the detail and think about how can they really get emotion and interest out of their voice, because everything is so raw and bare. And if you've listened to any of my other acoustic albums that I've done, where I've re-recorded old songs and made them into acoustic versions, they are very different. Sometimes the chords change, the overall feel and colour of the song completely changes, and often the melodies and the harmonies change as well. And I would love to give that to you if we hit £10,000. Alongside that, there's also something really special that I want to do. And this requires a little bit of relinquishing from anyone who pledged for the higher tiers, because you already have this. But there are some people in this project that couldn't afford to actually go for the £25 digital album, but have still supported and have still backed. And they may have backed with like £10, £6, even £1. Those people, they're not going to get a copy of the album because the tier to get that was £25. But what I would love to do, if everyone's okay with it, is if we hit £10,000, I would actually like to give every backer the album. Because I think the more people that hear this album, the better. And I hope you agree. And I hope that this is a way that we can all as a community share the load and help get the music out there. I would also love to give every backer, and this is really special, this is maybe for the music nerds. I don't know who's going to find this interesting, but I would love this. I'm going to give an a cappella album to everyone who's pledged £25 and up, and an instrumental album to anyone who's pledged £25 and up. So you're going to be coming out of this with a lot of music. And that's only if we get to 10,000. If we reach 10,000 and we're still going and we're still running on this momentum, I would like to really start thinking about some of the more, I guess, industry and business based things that I don't really have a chance to do if it's under 10,000. And the first thing is to talk about promotion of the album, which You may think, yes, that really benefits me. How does that benefit you? And you're absolutely right. I would like to promote this album, but at the moment I don't have any funding to put towards PR. So that means it's very unlikely that I'm going to get reviews unless you are reviewing it. It means that I'm very unlikely to get any kind of publication writing about me, any like YouTube reviewers talking about me, because all of this costs money. But aside from PR and the kind of review side of things, what I really, really like to spend money on is radio plugging. Because I always think if I can get my song on the radio, you're guaranteeing that someone is hearing your song before they're judging anything else about you or your project. And it's different to a review that you would have to read it, you'd have to like the photo, you'd have to think, yeah, I'm going to go to the effort to find that music. Radio is kind of straight into the listener's ear. Radio plugging does not come cheap. The cheapest I have probably ever found it in a sort of decent capacity is about £1,500 per single. So just to give you an idea of how much would be spent on promotion, I think if we get to £15,000, I could afford to put perhaps £2,500 towards promotion. And I think that that could really benefit the album in terms of getting it heard. But I also want to do a music video. And so I would put another £2,500 to a kick-ass music video. Now, this would be the cherry on the cake. This would be the ultimate dream, is get the PR, get the acoustic album, get the a cappella album, get the instrumental album, and get a music video. So I already have somebody who's interested in doing it with me, but it is not going to be cheap, and I don't want to do it cheaply. I can't do it cheaply. This music is not, it's not the sort of music that can have a low-key music video. It's either go big or go home. And I know that music videos in today's music industry can be seen as a little bit of a waste of money. I don't know. I argue that you would want to see it. And that's not a waste of money. You know, yes, it might not generate income, but fuck, it would be cool. It would be so cool to be able to complete this piece of art with visuals. And finally, I've started looking into the pressing of the vinyls. Now, I don't want to get too excited about this because this really is if we hit £15,000. But there's a lot you can do with vinyl packaging these days, and some of the packaging is beautiful. I'm talking gold embossed. I'm talking that the vinyls themselves could be golden, or could be even see-through, or could have marble effect on them. But equally, I might even be able to include the lyric and photo booklet inside every vinyl package and just make opening that vinyl just so much more an experience. And heck, if we get over £15,000, there's a possibility that I could make it into a triple vinyl, not just a double vinyl, a triple one that would include the acoustic album. So first stretch goal is, can we get today another £500? So by the end of the day, I would like to be at £7,000. If we do that, can we get to £10,000? And if we get to £10,000, that's when I'm unlocking these rewards. That's when everyone is going to get the album, and it's when everyone is going to start getting the a cappella and the instrumental, and I'm going to record a completely new version of the album. If anyone has any ideas for further incentives for stretch goals, listen, I'm all ears. This should feel like a conversation between you and I. And if you have ideas and things that you would like to see, put them in the comments, in the updates, or on my socials. I will see them and I will engage with them. Equally, if anyone has any ideas about rewards for the project that you would like to be able to purchase now, please let me know, because right now we've actually sold out of the £250 rewards, and we're running really low on the vinyl packages. So I'm just starting to think, if we are going to aim for a £10,000 stretch goal, how are we going to get there without some of those higher rewards being available? So I would love your input, and anything else that you want to say, any other ideas. If anyone can offer help in terms of PR and writing reviews, you know, if you write for a little magazine, if you have a radio show, if you have a record label, please get in touch. If you're a filmmaker, or if you're someone who wants to be involved in the music video, this is 100% the benefit of being an independent artist. Is none of this is going through a record label. This is all coming directly to me. So talk to me, folks. And I hope we can get another 500 today.